Hi everybody, it's your first week, so I kind of wanted to walk you through what it might look like. So once you get onto Blackboard, go ahead and go to the coursework tab on the side, and you're going to go down a little bit. There's a lot of button clicking involved. You'll go to Unit 2, Limits and Continuity. It's our first section. So this week we're going to be looking at rates of change. You have to click again, so you're going to click this one and open up rates of change. It's going to kind of show you what we need to do. So step by step, it's going to walk us through. Here's our learning objectives. We're going to talk about explaining the existence and non-existence of a limit, calculating unit limits using algebra, looking at graphs and tables, those kinds of things. So here we go. Steps to complete. First, we're going to download, download and save and open this first PDF, or the first PowerPoint, and the second one. I've already got those here, so you can look at those. What those are exactly what they sound like. They're PowerPoints, and they're going to kind of take you through notes. So here's some questions, and you can be looking through these. Here's some example questions of how to do the limit as h approaches 0 and some things that you might see. Okay, so that's kind of where you're going to start. After going through both of those PowerPoints, you're going to go to MathXL. And in MathXL, you'll go to Homework and Tests over here on the side, and then you'll open up your first one, Unit 2, Task 1. Rates of change. So you pop that one open. And then you'll start with the first question. I'll just pick a random one. We'll look at question 4 so I can show you some of the features involved in this. So up in the corner here, once this loads, you're going to see some help features. So the first thing is just says, use the limit rules to determine the following limit. And there's some options down below here about what we're working with. Looks like the limit as x approaches 8. So you're thinking, okay, maybe we could just plug 8 into that. But, oh no, if I plug in 8, I get 0 in the denominator. We all know zeros in the denominator are a problem. So, not sure how to deal with that. Let's look at an example. So I hit question help here. You can do an example. And myself, I just like to click all the way to the end. Click through all the parts. There's got lots of parts, 3 parts remaining, 2 parts, 1 part. And I can scroll back up and read the whole thing. So it says, use the limit rules to determine the following limit. Notice that it's a different problem than what I was given, but it's pretty much the same in terms of its structure. And it has that same problem where on the bottom, if I plugged in their number, 10, I get 0. It even talks about that. Notice that this quotient rule doesn't apply because if I plug in 10 in the denominator, I get 10 minus 10, which is 0. And that's what they're writing about there. But then they're sneaky. They show you this other way. They say, hey, look, let's factor the numerator, and then we can divide out that x minus 10. And then we just have to do the limit of x plus 5 as x goes to 10, which is, well, 10 plus 5 or 15. So we're pretty good there, and then we can try and apply that process to this one. My recommendation is with these problems, take some notes on them so you can see these strategies later and kind of understand what they're going to require. Okay? Once you answer this question, you can go on. If you still need a different way to do this, you could do, instead of view an example, you could say, help me solve this. If you say, help me solve this, what it's going to do is it's going to break the whole problem down into parts instead. So it's going to start out very similar, but notice that there's a little text box here. It's going to make you put in an answer. Okay, so what's it going to do? It's going to force you to go through this process. Notice that this can't be done. However, the limit can be found after factoring the polynomial in the numerator and dividing out the common factor. Notice right here it says factor the numerator. And there's a box here. It says type your answer in factored form, so we're going to have to factor that thing. You can type in your answer. Let's go x minus 8, maybe x plus 6. Let's see what happens here. Maybe that's right, maybe it's not. We can check our answer. Hey, that was right. We're good to go. And then we can go to the next part. Let's try putting in something that's wrong. 7, we'll see what happens. Check answer. No, divide out common terms. Okay, then we can try that again. And this is basically going to walk you through that example problem kind of step by step. Okay, so that's just a couple of the helpful features you're going to be using this week. So you want to look at those PowerPoints. You want to make sure you're getting in and looking at these example problems, trying to make sense of them. And again, of course, if you have any questions, please reach out with an email. Thanks so much.